Okay, so I'm about to show y'all how to make the best macaroni and cheese ever. Okay, the best ever. Okay, so what you will need is some cheeses of your choice. But if you want to make the best ever mac and cheese, then you need these cheeses here: Colby Jack, sharp cheddar, and Velveeta. Judge your mama, okay? Don't judge me, judge your mama, because Velveeta goes in this best ever macaroni and cheese. I'm just playing, y'all. Anyway, egg, cream of mushroom, onion powder, salt, of course, your noodles. Boil you some water. Salt the water, okay? Because you got to get some flavor in your noodles. Salt the water. Boil your noodles. Make sure that you cook them until they are al dente. You don't want them like overcooked, because don't nobody want a little mushy pasta macaroni and cheese, okay? That's not hot. That's ghetto. After you boil your noodles, you want to drain them and put them in a bowl, like such, like they are here. Okay, first, y'all, you want to add your cream of mushroom in. And I don't really measure any of this stuff because it's all based on like how much you need, or how wet you want it, how dry you want it. So you kind of got to know what you like to like make this macaroni and cheese. For me, I probably won't use this whole can. I might use a third of it. But it all depends on how it looks, how saucy it looks, or whatever. So we'll see. Let's see. Let me go and clean this can, because y'all need to be cleaning y'all cans before y'all opening these products that's been sitting on the shelves for God knows how long. Hold on. Okay, so I got my cream of mushroom can rinsed off. I'm about to enter it. I'm about to pour it in. If you don't mind the mushrooms, you can just pour it in straight out the can. My husband, he doesn't really care for the mushrooms to see them in there, so I'm gonna strain it through a mesh strainer or a colander, whichever you have, and just get the soup in there. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. I feel like it's evenly coated, but I think I'm gonna use a little bit more, and he just gonna have to deal with whatever mushrooms are in here. It's not that many. Okay. So yeah, that looks about right. So like I said, y'all, cook however much noodles you need, and you want the ratio to be, you know, I'm up here trying to describe ratios, and you know, just a nice even, like evenly coated. You want it to be nicely coated. You want a creamy mac and cheese. You don't want it dry. So you don't want it swimming in cream of mushroom, but you don't want dry either. Okay, so got that out the way. Next, we are going to put in our cheeses. Okay, I'm gonna use the last little bit I got left of this sharp cheddar. Gonna bust open this Colby Jack. I use about half of that. And I'm probably going to use about half of this, plus whatever that was in the other. There we go. Okay. Then you want to go in with your Velveeta. I like to cube mine, because ain't nobody got time to be shredding nothing. Okay, and so I have about a half a block of Velveeta cheese here. I'm not going to use this entire thing. and fresh cheese. So I have tried to make this recipe with fresh cheese, and it was a little bit too gooey for me. So I don't suggest making it with fresh cheese that you have to grate yourself. But you know, to each his own. I just would say if you do use fresh cheese, to cut down the amount that you use, because it will be swimming in cheese if you make this with fresh cheese. Okay, let's mix it around, see what we're working with. And I like to see cheese all throughout. That's what I like to see when I, mix mine up. So I like to put the cheese right after the cream of mushroom, so I can see what it's looking like. Mix it up. See if it needs more cheese. Can I see cheese on every piece, near every piece? Like, I need to see it everywhere, pretty much. Okay. No, that's looking a little naked. We might need a little more cheese. Let's put some more Colby Jack in there. And again, you can put whatever cheese you like. This is just how you make the best. So I'm satisfied with the amount of cheese that's in here. So now I'm going to go in with my milk. Sure. Yeah. You sure? You can. Y'all, I don't have any whole milk, so I'm going to use almond milk. Use whatever you got. Okay, so now, as you can see, that looks pretty good, pretty creamy. It has potential. So now that it has potential, you want to get you some onion powder. It might sound crazy, but it works. So get you some onion powder, put you some onion powder in there. Okay, so I put my onion powder in. We're giving it a mix. We're checking for cheesiness. I feel like it still looks good and cheesy, but I'm gonna add just a tad bit more. You want to do everything you can do to make it as complete as possible before you add your egg in. And that also means giving it a taste, because don't nobody want no bland macaroni and cheese, child. So we mixing it up. So I'm gonna add a little more milk. As you can see, it's real, like, to your liking. Little here, little there. Get it looking good and creamy, not soupy, not dry, but you want stuff gliding off of each other just right. Okay, so it looks good. I've added all that I want to add in here. I'm just gonna taste the noodles. That tastes perfect. Has enough salt. Has enough onion powder. I'm gonna take this mushroom out. And so yeah, now we ready for the egg. For this amount, I feel like 1 egg is suffice. If you make more, you know, you might want to use 2 eggs. I know it's a lot of controversy on whether eggs go in macaroni and cheese or not. But if you're trying to make the best macaroni and cheese ever, then you need to put you an egg in there. Like me. What'd you say, honey? So here we go. 1 egg. Don't be ghetto like me and crack it over the bowl. Crack it in a different bowl just in case you get some shells in there. But I'm professional, so you know. I do this. And so yeah, we're getting that egg mixed up in there. Mix it or incorporate it evenly. You don't want too much egg in one area. We just want the egg to bind it together. Make it real light. Make it real fluffy, airy. Give it that good texture that it needs to be the best macaroni and cheese ever. Oh, Lord. Messy, messy, messy. Okay. Now, y'all, that looks so good. We're going to get our baking dish and pour it in there because it's ready for the oven at this point. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have my baking dish here. It's clean despite the, you know, love marks on here. We cook around here for real, so, you know, you might see a little caramelized spot on there, but it's clean, please believe. You want to butter your dish. Make sure you butter your dish because, you know, you want to make it easy to pull out of the pan once it's done. You don't want it burnt at the bottom. And you want to be able to, I don't know if I just said this, make it easy to clean up. After all is said and done and everybody done had their portions and their rations, you don't want to be stuck cleaning up the hard to clean dish. So butter your dish, honey. And that's whether or not you're using aluminum or an aluminum pan or a real dish. Make sure you butter your dish. You want it to be easy to pull out. All right, that looks good. Now it's ready for the macaroni and cheese. That was not sexy. My video. Yeah. All right. You want to just, I don't like to like pat it down like that. I hate doing that because I like it to have some air in it. I like to have some body yaddy yaddy. So we just like to just put it in there, let it have its way. You know, don't try to like pack it down. So it's like, you know, real food. We just want it free. Let it be free. You know, real India-Irie like. And I also don't like to pat down the cheese that I put on top. I just like to put it down here and let it be, you know, be and go where it go. Like I don't like spread it out and do all of that extra stuff. I just put it on there. I want it to look organic. I don't want it to look like made at the house macaroni and cheese. I want it to look like you could have got this from a personal chef or something. Because that's what it tastes like. And then we're going to go in with the cheddar. The sharp cheddar. Okay. And if you can't cover the whole thing, that's cool too, you know. Again, you don't want it to look made at the house. You want it to look organic, effortless. Like, you know, you just did this in 10 minutes because that's what you do. You're just that girl or guy. So this is ready for the oven. I'm putting it in on 425, and I'm going to put it in uncovered because I want it to look real nice on the top. I want it to be bubbly, brown little marks from the caramelized cheese. And so yeah, that's what we're doing, and I'll check back with y'all after I clean up my mess and the macaroni and cheese is done. Okay, y'all, fresh out the oven, this is what it's looking like. Real good, by that side profile. Yeah, cheese bubbling, busting out, the corners still cooking. It's just, you know, words. Can't put any words to it. Like, what? The key to this macaroni and cheese is to let it sit for at least 25 to 30 minutes. I know you gonna want to dig right in, but you can't dig in. You gotta let it sit and let it set up so that you can get the maximum experience, okay? The maximum flavor, maximum experience. When you scoop it out and put it on your plate, you don't want it to just flop. That's the purpose of putting the egg in there. You want it to be, you know, you want it to sit up and look nice and be flavorful and have body to it. You don't want to just be eating melted cheese with pasta in it. So let it sit 25 to 30 minutes and then dig in. All right, you guys, this is what the macaroni and cheese is looking like. You see how it's sitting up there? It ain't floppy, it ain't melting all over the plate. That's what you want. Got some collard greens, corn muffins, fried chicken. It's lit, it's lit, it's lit, it's lit.